Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, now let's continue our topic. Where do new products and services come from? Okay, where do the products? It's like baby, where baby come from? Okay, so now the new product come from two activities. The first one is research and development. The second one is product extension and refinement. Okay, this one is a totally new product. Okay, but for the product extension and refinement, it is a reborn product. For example, you have the current product, you make a product extension or refine it, and it become reborn to be a new product again. Okay, remember, these are new product, totally new product, and this one is a current product that you make the extension and refinement, and it become a new product again. So that is a new product. Okay, now let's go to the first one, research and development. What is R&D? I call it R&D. Okay, it is a set of activities to identify new ideas that have potential to result in goods and services. Okay, this is a research and development. It is not yet a product. Okay, it is before the product was born. Okay, it's before the product is born. So meaning that, okay, you need to do some research and development. Okay, now there are three types of research. This one is basic research. This is where you throw the idea, okay, and then you create the products, and you don't know the use of the product yet. Okay, basic research is where you try to uncover the new knowledge, but the potential of the knowledge, the usage of the knowledge is not yet known. Okay, you just produce it. There are a lot of basic research, the new knowledge is created in the lab. Okay, because why? They just create it and it is not commercial yet. And applied research, this one is where you uncover new knowledge with a potential use. For example, smartphone, what else? Grab food. Okay, you are applying, okay, the research to become goods or services. And the last one is development or implementation. This is for the new knowledge or existing knowledge where you are producing goods and services. Okay, now after you do research and then you do the development for you to implement it. Okay, research is knowledge, to find or discover knowledge. But when you develop, meaning that idea, okay, that idea that you research for has a potential, so you develop it for implementation. So that is a research and development. And the second one is a product extension and refinement. We are going to study this again in the chapter, I think chapter 9 or 10, something like that. We are going to study this again. Okay, now when you create a product, okay, where for example a detergent, okay, you create a product, the product, will growing old. Okay, the product is just like a human. Okay, from the introduction, and then it grow of very popular products, and then it become matured. Okay, you don't want the product matured. Okay, for example, like iPhone, okay, Samsung or Galaxy, when they first introduced, it was so popular. Okay, it is a young and established product. Okay, the growth where everyone want it. However, it become matured. Over time, it become matured, meaning that, okay, the product is still can be used. People still buy it, but at a slower rate. Okay, so if let's say you didn't change anything, okay, the product will become decline at the decline stage and will be out from the market. Okay, how to make this product to be reborn? Okay, now what you do is you do the product extension and product refinement. Product extension is where for example, you make a smart TV, previously you watched TV, but now you extend the usage of the TV. Okay, now it becomes smart TV. You can connect to the phone, you can do your work there, and then you can have Wi-Fi. Okay, and you refine it. The TV become more quality, it become lighter, and it become wider, and it become cheaper due to the efficiency in the production. Okay, now when you change that, the TV become more relevant to the customer. how you do the product extension and refinement, it is from a result from R&D, result from the research and development. Okay, meaning that in every stages of the product, you cannot just be content and just sleep because you have a good product. No, remember, the product will be obsolete one day. If you don't change, okay, you will die. The product will die. Okay, so meaning that when you extend the product or refine the product will become a new product again. Why you need to do that? Because you would like to increase the sales of the product. Okay, so now in the design planning. Okay, what is the design planning? Okay, how do managers plan production? For this section, we are going to talk about 3 sections. The first one is design planning, the second one is sites and facilities planning, and the third one is operational planning. Okay, let's go to the first one, design planning. Design planning is a development of converting an idea into an actual product or service. There are 3 steps on how an organization can do design planning. The first one is product line, the second one is required production capacity, and the fourth one is use of the technology. Okay, now, product line. What is a product line? Remember, in class, I always emphasize on this. It is a similar product with minor different characteristics. Okay, similar product with minor different characteristics. This is important because why? You need to have a good lining. See, this is, I think, this is domino pizza. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to design a product line. Okay, in order to attract the customer. Okay, the second one is the second one is required production capacity. Okay, what is capacity? Capacity is the amount of product and services a firm can produce in a given period of time, meaning that whether you use the facilities to produce 100% of the product. Okay, I can give you an example in a hotel. Okay, so that you have a motel that have 10 rooms. So your capacity is 10 rooms. Okay, so if let's say you only occupied 2 rooms or 3 rooms, okay, the other 7 rooms will be idle. This one is where too much capacity. Okay, too much capacity is where you have more resources. If you have more resources than you need, okay, the other resources will remain idle. Okay, like you have 10 rooms of a motel, you only use per day is like 3 to 4 rooms, so the rest is idle. So meaning that it is too much capacity. And insufficient capacity, meaning that you have 10 rooms, but in a day, people always request like 20 group requests every day. Meaning that the additional capacity may have to be added. Okay, may have to be added. Okay, why is before here? Okay, may have to be added. Okay, so this maybe we have a typo error. Okay, now the next one is the use of technology. Okay, use of, it is a trade-off between initial cost and operating cost. Initial cost is a startup cost, and operating cost is a where you work, you need to pay the operating cost. Okay, there are two types. The first one is labor-intensive technology. This is where people do most of the work. Okay, people have do most of the work. In capital-intensive technology, the machine and equipment do most of the work. For example, in the agriculture country, okay, you see Malaysia, India, or Thailand, okay, you can see that many people are working on the field, not so many machines. But in capital intensive, okay, the machine and equipment do most of the work. Okay, it is a trade-off. Remember, when you decide to do the capital intensive technology, okay, the initial cost is very high, very, very high, but the operating cost is lower. When you decide on labor intensive, okay, the initial cost is lower. Okay, so it depends on your design planning. Okay, and the second one is site selection and facilities planning. Okay, you need to consider over if let's say you would like to produce new product in existing factory. Okay, now say that you would like to add a new product. Okay, of course you want to produce it in the existing factory, but you need to consider whether that existing factory have enough capacity for the current product or have enough capacity for the new products. Okay, and when you want to choose the location for production, okay, you need to consider these 6 factors. The first one is location of customers and suppliers, availability and cost of laborers, quality of life. You don't want to open your factory in the middle of a white war zone. You don't want that. And cost of land and construction, tax, rules and regulation of the states. Okay, this is the external environment. And the special requirements, meaning that whether you need a lot of water or any minerals in the production process. Okay, so in the next one is site selection and facilities planning, where is the first about the human resource. Okay, now in the human resource is where the human resource manager and operation manager will work closely. Why? Because they need to hire people with appropriate skill and train them. Or okay, sometimes you transfer the skilled worker to new location. For example, okay, you see a lot of expatriates here. They are from the west. Normally they come here to train the local people. And in the plan layout, this layout is the arrangement, okay, of the machineries, equipment, and personnel. Okay, now there are 3 layouts. The first one is process layout. This is where different operation at different places. For example, you want to build a house. Okay, maybe the roof is produced somewhere else. Okay, the bricks produced somewhere else, and then when you different product is produced, the operation is at different place. Okay, so it is like a process layout. For example, place A just process the brick, place B just process the wall. I'm not sure about that. Okay, but I want to tell you that different places, it's not a construction. It's not my forte. So what I can say, okay, it's okay, I'll come back, I'll tell you in class. Product layout is like assembly line, where, okay, for example, in the production of the electronic items, okay, they put it in assembly. Okay, and the last one is fixed position. Okay, this is for the big product. For example, you would like to produce a hotel in the middle of the island. So what you do, Maldives, say it is Maldives. Okay, what you do is where you fly or you bring all the machines, all the people to that location. Okay, this is very large product. Or you would like to produce an aeroplane. Okay, you would like to produce a hotel, big hotel. So a big things, a big product, where the product will be there, but what you need to do is you move people and machine. Okay, let's stop now and wait for the second part. Okay, next.